You know, as children, we call these toys. As adults, we call them high-end collectibles. Mainly because they cost about 100 times more than they did when we were children. These are just some of my Masters of the Universe high-end collectibles. Now today we're not going to look at all of them. Today we're just going to focus on this bitch right here. Come on, her first name is Evil. Of course she is a bitch. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Alright, a ton of cool things going on with Into the AM. Not only do they have some awesome graphics and very comfortable t-shirts like I told you about, they have a ton of other stuff. You can see some masks. Mask wearing is back on the rise again. Really cheap stuff, $1.99. They have a t-shirt club where you actually get a new t-shirt every month. Pretty affordable. And you can group a lot of stuff together. They have free shipping over certain purchases. So a lot of stuff to check out. Make sure to look at the link in the description below, not only how to navigate to their site, but also to get a discount on some of this awesome stuff. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Now all those other pieces that you saw in the intro and the thumbnail, if you really want to see what those look like, I have individual reviews on each of those. So make sure you've not only liked this video, but you've subscribed to the channel and you've hit that bell notification. Alright, so today we're reviewing an older piece from Sideshow Collectibles. This is their Evil Lyn statue from their Masters of the Universe line. I first started buying their Masters of the Universe line about 5 years ago. I bought their Skeletor statue, which you can actually check out the review right here, and then also their He-Man, which I no longer own because I ended up getting this custom He-Man that you can check out as well. Now, at the time, I thought, I only want He-Man and Skeletor. I'm never going to go down the road of the other ones, which I now really #regret. The reason for that, if you're unfamiliar with these pieces, they go for a ton of money on the aftermarket. So she retailed right around $500, and there's a few different versions of her we're going to talk about today. But nowadays, you're lucky to get it anywhere below $700. I think I ended up paying $650 shipped, which I had actually waited about a year to find a price that good. So this is Evil Lyn from Masters of the Universe. She's an evil sorceress. She's kind of Skeletor's bitch or right-hand side. And if you think that me calling her a bitch is derogatory, my wife calls me a bitch. It's just the secondary person in a relationship. But I finally got her. She's going to look fantastic next to my Masters of the Universe line. If you want to see what that looks like, check out the Extreme channel, Instagram, Facebook page, and TikTok. I post a lot of exclusive content on there. So now that I have in her hand, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not as happy as I thought I would be. Because you can definitely tell that the paint and sculpt is a little amateurish compared to a lot of the things that come out now. But let's start off with the Extreme review and see why that is. So first thing here is we're going to talk about concept of this piece. Now the nice thing is it does follow the entire line. So they're all 1/5 scale, 5 times smaller than the original version. And she is a great companion piece to Skeletor. As you see on the base, she has a snake wrapped around the sub-base, which I really like. It's kind of symbolic of Snake Mountain, where Skeletor actually has a snake. She has the same fiery rock on her base, some lava flowing down that he does. She's standing on top in a really weird pose, really awkward pose, but maybe she's casting a spell, reaching her hand out, in a very skimpy outfit, so they sexualize these a little bit to make them more suitable for adults, I guess. I don't know why they do that. I'm not a huge fan of it. But as you move up, she has a modern take on her armor. She has her staff in her left hand. As I said, she's kind of pointing with a spell. And she looks evil. She always looks evil. Evil Lyn's really known for her eyes and casting those spells. She has a snake tattoo on her back. And I think she's going to fit in perfectly with the collection. Now, the concept isn't unique or amazing. It's just a 3 out of 5 in my opinion. It's nothing great, nothing bad. Now, for design, let's talk about that because they made some different versions. I may have this information wrong. And the reason why I have it wrong is I haven't drank enough today. If you want to drink something cold, you should look at the coldest water bottle. That's right, it's an awesome thermos type Yeti. And I know that's a different brand, but I can still say that. Because they're our second sponsor. I do use the coldest water bottle everywhere I go. I have multiple water bottles. It really keeps anything cold, water, alcohol, cold for 36 to 100 hours. It's a fantastic item. I use it all the time. Everyone that's bought one I know is very happy with it. Check out the link in the description. There's a contest. You can actually win a free one, or you can support the channel and just pick one up and use the code below to get a discount. So while you guys check out the unboxing and assembly, I'll drink some of the coldest water bottle and hopefully be able to tell you those options I couldn't remember. For once, a very small box, which I was really appreciative of. Pretty cool art box as Sideshow usually does. And then it was the standard foam with one layer, only a few simple pieces for an easy assembly. All right, so I believe this is a variant that they offered after the fact. They initially offered this piece right here, very similar, same sculpt. I believe the costume was a little bit darker and she had a cape. They offered 1,000 of these, and then 750 had this additional Falcon. They were the exclusive. Well, in typical fashion, because they're a for-profit company, Sideshow saw how well it sold, so they released this in a slightly variant without the cape, without the exclusive. They made 750 of these. They upped the price a little bit by 30 bucks, and that is what I managed to get. The original ones, I think, are even harder. Those are the ones that go for over $800. See all the hand motions I'm doing? She's doing one too. But anyway, so very easy assembly. There's no switch out options. What you see is what you get. So again, design kind of boring, but it does everything it needs to. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5, but before I close out design, we do need to measure her as well. The nice thing is she doesn't take up a big footprint. So you're about 8 inches wide on the diameter of the base and just under 18 inches tall, although her staff probably is a little bit more. Now that's still about 18 inches tall as well. Now let's look at the paint and sculpt, and that's where I said, I don't want to say it's mediocre, it's just amateur. And when I say amateur, I clearly couldn't do anything like this, but just compared to a lot of the pieces that are out today. But you got to keep in mind, this is an older piece, and there's a lot of advancements, not only in paint, but even in like digital sculpting with statues. But let's check it out. Now this won't take very long, but what's crazy to me is a lot of the stuff we're going to look at, it's like, man, that's not the best compared to today's stuff, but it still commands the high price tag. So I like the colors they used in the snake here on the sub base. You see some purples and blues and blacks. Kind of mixes in really well. The scales are neatly stacked. The lava is poorly done. The way it overstretches onto the snake and the rocks looks very plasticky. I like the colors they used in it, but that's about it. It does have a little bit of a flowing effect, so I give them props for that. I think the charred rocks have a good sculpt to them. I think the color is a good choice. It contrasts off of the lava and the snake below, and then even in Evil Lynn's outfit. And it maintains that darkness because she is an evil character, if you didn't know. But then she has kind of these armored thigh-high stockings with knee-high boots on them. I think the light blue is a good contrast so the statue isn't too dark, and then the different designs that they have going up her boots. You see a few folds in her outfit below, and then kind of almost this armored lace aspect at the top of her leggings there. Not going to focus too much on the sexualized stuff, but for those of you that want to see it, there it is. So her G-string, that's probably not too comfortable. Her little onesie that she's wearing up here. Again, a lot of the same comments from her boots moving on up. She does have a big rack. Very curvy. I like the tattoo on the back. Pretty cool. Her skin is a little orangish. You can kind of see it, and it's not just the caked on makeup she has on her face. I think it's almost too much makeup. I think they did a good job with the piercing eyes, but lipstick's a little bit too red, the blush is a little too much, and then the green eyeshadow. I think it's just too much on there. And as you move through her skin, you can see the muscles, even in her hand, the bones look decent, the black fingernail polish. But like here, the sculpt on the hand is horrible. Like in between, you can see the just wasn't that good of a cast or production piece. They just didn't polish it enough down. Her staff looks cool. It's actually a hand with an orb in it. I like that. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the statue. Again, just very heavy on the makeup. I like her helmet as well. It's almost this, almost looks like a fin-like design. The striations going back look great. The black orb in the middle. Again, it's a variation of the color from the rest of her armor. So some really good stuff in here, but just some stuff that I'm kind of scratching my head. I didn't quite look at her armlets there. Almost looks like a backwards S. I don't know if that's her Skeletor or what. And her shine almost is what's making this so blurry. It's having a hard time getting the camera to focus because of that color of the skin. And like I said, it's more of an orangish than it should be in my opinion. But her real value, I think, is when she's displayed with the others. Alright, so as I dove in, it wasn't as bad as I thought coming out of the box, but still I think it lacks a lot of the realism. Now typically we grade paint and sculpt separately, but I think they ended up being the same score here, so we're going to go ahead and give them both a 3 out of 5. This is kind of a boring review considering I keep scoring everything 3 out of 5. Well, for value I won't do that because I'm not going to score the value because I didn't buy it at retail. I only score the value when I buy it at retail, but the original retail on this was $480, which would have been a steal at the time. They made 750 of these. The other one was $440. They made 1,750. So for a statue that cheap, and Masters of the Universe has a pretty big fan base, the value, the original value, is pretty good. And the fact that you can't get it anywhere near retail nowadays shows that fact. So finally, does this have the X factor? Is this a 5 out of 5 statue? Is it wow? No, it's not for me. Like I said, I think she's a little too over-sexualized for me. It still represents the character fantastic. And I'm going to throw a curveball at you here. I still think it's a 4 out of 5. I'm very impressed with it. Don't regret the money I spent on her. She's going to look fantastic in the collection. The video intro you actually saw at the beginning, I haven't even filmed yet. So I don't know what she looks like with the other characters, but let me know in the comments if it was good or not. Throw that down below. And I ask you to comment because of this. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, tons of stuff like this coming in all the time. Check out our sponsor links below and make sure to hit a like on the way out. It really helps the channel. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Take care.